Okay, well, I don't know why it's not focusing. Hello. Am I like... There we go. Okay, it's working now. So it says like it's gonna die, but I just charged it literally for like 3 days. It's been on the charger and I don't know why it's gonna die. So let's see how long this lasts. But so hi guys. So this is my first video, but since it's like June and it's Pride Month, I thought I should come out with my coming out story. Like I'm doing this just because when I was, in the closet and I needed to, like, I don't know, accept myself, I watched coming out stories on YouTube and it kind of helped me so much, and I kind of want to give back to the community, I guess, in that sense, by just telling my story. And so we'll start with when I was 2. Oh god, not when I was 2. 2 years old? Yep, 2. No, when I was in 3rd grade, that's what I meant. So 3rd grade, I had this crush on this boy, and we were at recess, and they were playing basketball. Okay, so it did end up dying, like 2 seconds later. I think I was at the part when like he's like playing basketball and I was like, yeah, I want to play basketball with you, even knowing damn well I did not know how to play basketball. Never played basketball before. So they gave me the ball and they were like, oh, make a shot and you can be on my team. And I was like, okay, I will. And I ended up making the shot, and then I walked away like I was kind of like a boss ass bitch. But so that's when I first knew. That's besides the point. So that's when I first knew. And then going on to like middle school, so it was kind of like, it wasn't in the back of my mind. I never really thought about it. And that's when people, start saying that's gay, and you kind of fall in with that. You're like, oh, that's gay too, and like, oh yeah, being gay is bad, all that stuff. It wasn't until like 6th grade, and like we were at gym class, and this dude just like looked over to me. He's like, "You're gay, right?" And I was like, like what's gay? And so I was like, okay, well, figure out that I guess people are thinking that I'm gay. So what am I doing? So I kind of just like started, I guess, acting straight. So then we go to freshman year, and then freshman year was the like time when it kind of hit, and so. Freshman year was kind of a bad year for me because I was conflicting of, yes I am, but like kept on denying myself, and I was just like, no I'm not, and that's when I started watching those coming out videos on YouTube, and all of those stuff just really helped me accept myself, because it really is, you have to accept yourself before you can have anybody else accept you. It wasn't until after sophomore year I go to New York City with just by myself because my family lives there, and I don't know, that's when I really just started realizing that like I don't really care, and you can be whatever you want, whoever you want. And just I was going down the street and I would just see people with purple hair, blue hair, and like acting a certain way, and they just did not give just any fucks. And I just saw that and I was like, really, why am I so scared to just come out? And so I remember like I told myself I was gonna tell somebody when I come back, when I go back to school. So that was in the summer. So junior year started, and it was around October that so it wasn't until like I came back and it was October, and so I was friends with this one of my friends named Alex Otto. So it was like October, and we go to Chipotle, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, okay, Alex, this is the time you're gonna tell him. Like literally I cannot speak the words. For some reason I cannot just say like, hey, I am gay. And I don't know, I just sat there, and then at the end of dinner, like I ended up not saying anything, and so we left. And I don't know, it kind of sucked though, because I was, building all this courage that day to tell him, and it ended up not working out. So January rolls around, we're back in school, and it's January 17th. I will never forget that date, and it probably is not the best place to tell somebody, but so me and Alex Otto are in my hot tub, because I have a hot tub, and we're just sitting there, and I'm like, okay, well, this is the time, when obviously probably is not the time, but let's go with it. So we're just sitting in the hot tub and chilling. I'm like, okay, I have to tell you something. And so he's like, okay. And for 30 straight minutes, I'm telling you, 30 straight minutes, I'm like, 45 minutes passed, and I'm just like, I am gay. And he's like, I know. He literally said, I know. And I was like, okay, well, how did you know? And so he's like, Well, you remember that time in October and you said you needed to tell me something? From October to January, he knew the entire time. Didn't act any different, didn't like do anything different, and was still like my best friend, which was awesome. So that kind of just gave me the encouragement to, you know, come out to other people. But you know, I was still sketchy. So, you know, he knew for like a good month. And then I think it was February when my mom, like I'm about to go out, it's a Saturday night, and my mom comes in my room, I was on my phone, going through Twitter, and if you know my mom, she's just like super like open, and she just like sat on my bed and was like, Alex, do you like boys? And let me tell you, I was shook, like when I tell you. So I was just like, whoa, okay, we're doing this now. So I just sat for like a good 3 seconds. So I was like, you know what, screw it. And I was like, yep, yeah, I do. And she was like, oh, when did you know? Like, how do you know this? And I told her the whole story that I'm basically telling you now. And she was so cool with it, and she was awesome. Like, really, I mean, I knew she was gonna be awesome about it, just being my mom. Like, I knew she was gonna be fine. It was just kind of the courage to say it. And so my dad wasn't there, actually. And so he wasn't there, and I was like, oh, like, don't tell Dad, because I'll tell him. And she was like, oh, okay, like, I won't. So she tells my dad, and I'm just like, oh, okay. But, I mean, I was low-key mad at the time, but I was just like, whatever. So my dad sat me down, he was like, are you sure? Like, you know, and all that stuff, and I was like, yep, and yeah. And so he also has, like, a gay best friend. It's just, he's really cool about it, you know. So after that, after I told my parents, you know, it just kind of was like a snowball effect. Then I told my sister, and I wasn't gonna tell my brother, and Lord and behold, guess who told my brother? My mom. And so then I just started telling people, and so that entire year of junior year, I like told all my close friends who I thought I should know before I, you know, come out publicly, whenever that was. And I just told, you know, a bunch of people, and it just, like, every time it was such a great feeling, and also a great response. Like, everybody was just loving, everybody was just, like, accepting, and I couldn't have asked for a better, you know, coming out story, I guess, if you want to say it. And so, after that, senior year comes around, and I don't know, I'm like feeling, you know, it's senior year, like who doesn't love senior year? Like, you're ready to get out of there, but you're ready to be like on top of the school, and you know who everybody is, or you have your close friends, like, you know, it's the best time. So I was skeptical about coming out, just because, and this is gonna sound super, and I don't mean to sound, when I say this, I don't mean to sound like, you know, superficial, but like, you know, I was pretty well known in my high school. I was in student council, I was in all these clubs, and so like further in the year, I made like homecoming court, and you know, it was my first time making a court, and I was just like, okay, well, like, you know, this is kind of cool, and I didn't want to lose that. I didn't want to lose, I guess you would say, I didn't want to lose like the popularity status, and so like it kind of just drew me back into the closet a little bit more, because I don't know, for some stupid reason I thought like if I came out, you know, publicly, then I was gonna lose my, you know, status, and like, you know, everybody was gonna like not be my friend anymore, and it was the dumbest thing. It was just so dumb. And so I kind of just, you know, kept on telling close friends slowly, but not coming out publicly. And so then December comes around, and if you're in the closet right now, or you've ever been in the closet, then you know the feeling of like excuse me, I don't know, it just gets like a burden on your shoulders, and it's just like a weight, and you get, oh wow, what the hell? Okay. Anyways, so it's just like a burden. I think I'm dying. Okay, so I don't know what that was, but if you just know, you know that burden on your shoulders, and it gets tiring of people asking you, oh, why aren't you dating any girls? Like, who are you dating? Like, haven't seen you date anybody. And January and winter break come around, and I'm tired of people asking me like all those questions before. And so like I just sit there, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna do it publicly. I'm gonna do it publicly. And so throughout the whole entire like 3 weeks of winter break, I'm just sitting there like, okay, how am I gonna do it? How am I gonna do it? You know. So it's December 31st, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Who cares? I'm tired. I don't care. I'm going to college next year, and who cares? And my family's supportive. All my friends are supportive so far, and I could care less. You know, I have a great support system. So I make this whole post on my Instagram, and I was just like, yeah, like, I'm gay. And this whole paragraph and stuff with a picture that says, like, be true. And just like the response I got from it, everybody was so accepting. Everybody was just like, I'm so proud of you, congrats, like, you know, this is big. And I was just feeling great because I never expected that to happen. Really, I never did. So it was just such a great experience, and my senior year to this day will still be one of the best times of my entire life. That entire second half, you know, it was great. It was honestly, if you're in high school right now and you think that, I don't know, like, things aren't looking up or anything, just wait and find that group of friends. You know, I was very lucky, and I know that some situations are harder than mine, but, you know, you just have to hope. And that's, you know, watching those videos, like I said, as a 9th grader, they just gave me hope, and that's what I run on, is just hope that the next day I can maybe meet my best friend. Next day I could do something that will change something. I don't know. Just you gotta have hope. I don't know, after that it was just great, and high school was awesome. And then college rolled around, and here we are. And that's another video of my freshman year of college, because it was probably the best year of my life. I know I've said that about senior year. Honestly, like, I don't know, just life after coming out is great. So if you're thinking about coming out, do it. Just do it. Like I said, my situation was great, and if yours is something that you feel like it's not going to be safe to come out, then I hate to say it, then, you know, stay in the closet until it's time and you're not, you know, reliant on those people that might not take it very well. But if you have nothing to lose and you just fear about what people will think, you should be jumping out of that closet, because it's the life on the other side. Something that you couldn't really imagine. So, I don't know. Happy Pride. And I hope this video helps, and tell me if you liked it at the bottom, at the like button. Yeah, this is my first video, so, like, really don't know how to sign off, but, you know, if you like it, then subscribe, and if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for looking. Thanks for listening, guys.